Hello? Whoever just came up from the city, come in. This is Bellamy Ward. There are Dorseys all over the garden. I'm pinned down on a high ledge. Can you reach me? Oh, thank God. I'll call out if I see you, as long as it's safe.
Hey! You on the ledge! Hands up!
Oh no, they found me.
Coming up!
You don't want to do that!
Oh yeah? Why not?
I've got this whole place rigged to blow! That's why!
Hey! Where did you come from? Back the hell off, or you're dead! You saying I'm a child? You're the one who's in for a whooping!
The bleeding will cleanse ya! Free haircuts!
Let's make this quick!
Stick with me and maybe I'll live.
bless you all.
Oh, God. Did the Patriarch send you? I'm sorry. I need to warn you. The Dorseys are gathering up ahead between the Gateway Rocks.
Bellamy! Bellamy, look at me. Have you seen my family? Are they here?
Lucia? I thought you were with your family. Oh, thank God you're not. Thank God. They went up ahead with their hostages, but... Lucia, I heard gunfire and screaming. You need to be ready for the worst.
If they've done anything to my people, I'm going to end them all.
Please do. I'll tell whatever I can to help. It's not much, but... My name is Bellamy Ward. I'm a scientist. I invented the solar collectors and experimental farms on top of the rocks. I was calibrating the solar arrays when the Dorseys came through here, herding their hostages with them. So I hid up here and kept out of sight. They're savages. Animals. They beat those people. Laughed at them when they begged for their lives. The kids were screaming, so they beat them too. Then they dragged them all further on, toward their camp. God, no, I was stalling for time. If I had a few hours and the right chemicals, though, I could have prepared quite a surprise for them. A while ago, we found some old, non-functional solar panels from before the deluge of fire. I couldn't figure out their function at first, until I recovered a microcircuitry board and developed a laser spectrography process. I realized that I could help solve some of the electrical generation issues that have always been a problem for the city. The PALs, photon amplification lenses. They harness and focus the ambient light. It's fascinating, actually. They polarize the waves and create constructive interference. Normally, they maintain a stable temperature for the plants, but they can be adjusted to help power the solar collectors, or even thaw frozen components. I once coupled a PAL with a dynamic cross-photon matrix. I was trying to cook some bison steaks, but it incinerated the whole fire pit, melted the entire grill. Goes to show what can happen if you put a decimal in the wrong place. I think they took everyone to their camp, just past the Gateway Rocks.
What about my family, Belle?
Last I saw them, they were all right. They were scared and a little banged up, but they were still alive. You saved my life. I won't forget it. This is Bellamy Ward, PAL operational test number, 110. I've adjusted the angle of the solar collectors by 3.12 degrees to improve the energy transmission from the photonic amplification lenses. I've also attached a more sensitive voltmeter to the test panel, so I can hopefully get a more accurate reading of the conversion rate. Everything's set. Here we go. The photon amplification lenses are operating at 60% ambient light, approximately what we would expect on a typical day in Colorado Springs. Checking the voltmeter now. Yes, it's working! Energy storage is 12% above norm. This is better than I hoped. Now, if I can get the storage rate up to 25%, we'll have surplus power running into the batteries each day. For the first time since the deluge of fire, Colorado Springs will have all the electricity it needs. I can't wait to show this to Theo and Megan. They'll be so excited.
got real.
Don't feel my blades for that!
Now you done pissed off me and maybe I'll live. Cut you down.
Killed it. Nice.
What's in that pit? No. Can't see a thing. Who would do this? Who would murder families and children? Who would burn them so badly that we can't even tell? I don't know if they're here or not. I can't... Come on. Let's find the monsters who did this. That was one of the Skylar girls, I think. Seems like we ought to leave her alone. Feels an awful lot like grave robbing.
I'm Isaac Reed. On behalf of all of us here, I want to offer our unconditional surrender. As proof of our goodwill, I want to tell you that the culprits got into town with help from Farron Brago's organization, and...
Isaac, how could you? How could you throw in with these people? How could you let them take my family? Where are my parents and my little brother?
They're in the grave you passed on the way here. They didn't suffer, Lucia, I promise. Baby, look, I didn't mean it to go this way. I tried to stop them, I really did. I begged.
Stop talking right now.
We thought we were in the right. The Dorseys promised that we could take down the Patriarch. They didn't say anything about murdering hostages.
What about all the other people they killed? Or was that part okay with you, Isaac?
It was Neelius Dorsey. He went looking for your family, Lucia. Your family especially. That's why I got you out of your house before the raid. I didn't want anything to happen to you.
You didn't want anything to happen to me? So you let savages abduct and murder my family. You knew what they meant to me. You knew what their loss would do to me.
But you're still alive, Lucia. Don't you see? You're still alive, and that's what matters most to me. He escaped. He took some vehicles and headed west into the mountains. I don't think he was planning to come back. We've been under the Patriarch's boot for 50 years. We say that the 100 families are in charge, but it's really just his family. Just him. I know you must think I'm a fuzzy-headed idealist, but this society's sick. It needs to change. Farron Brygo's gang helped them get into town. I don't know how or why. And I overheard Neelius say something about Liberty Buchanan, the Patriarch's daughter. I think she's going to attack Colorado Springs. It sounded like she's gathering an army out in the plains. Something way worse than the Dorseys.
I have heard enough. If your betrayal of my family was not sufficient, your treachery here most certainly is. In the name of the Patriarch, I sentence you.
Please, Lucia. I did this for you. All I ever meant was to help build a better world for you. For all of us. I can't tell you how much I regret. Please don't kill me. Please.
A better way? I can't think of one. Not after what he did to my family. You want to let him walk away from what he's done? I have justice right here in the palm of my hand. I am more than happy to mete it out. I would be delighted to be its instrument.
Thank you.
Come in, November 1. This is Ranger HQ. We're getting reports of shooting in your last known location at Garden of the Gods. What's your status? Over. Copy that, November 1. Dispatching an arrest team now. Good job getting those sons of bitches. Over and out.
You let Isaac live? After he gave aid and comfort to the enemies of the Patriarch, after he helped them kill my family, you let him live? Why arrest him when you killed all those others? What made him special? If I had been in the house, I could have saved them. The whole night could have gone differently. Or am I fooling myself? It took all of us to beat them. Likely I would have died too. Very well. I accept your decision to let him live. But the people who are truly responsible, Nelius Dorsey and Liberty Buchanan, I will bring justice to their doors. Will you help me find them? You can count on my guns every step of the way. Of course. Good. You've got yourselves a bargain, Rangers. We should go after Nelius Dorsey first. Isaac said he headed west into the mountains. No doubt he plans to hole up at one of the old resorts from before the bombs fell. I don't think we're ready to face him yet, though. Nelius will be dug in, I expect, and he'll have all his best people with him. He only left behind the expendables in the garden.
I thought she said she was gonna follow orders, not give them.
For now, we should head back to the sheriff.
How's the family?
Shut your hole. I know you slept with my wife.
Hey, slow down. I didn't, I swear. I have got bedroom issues. Flagpole don't stand. You know?
Really? Sorry, man. Then who the hell was that in my house?
All I did was ask a few questions. Who? Junko Murayama, sculptor, roboticist, amateur historian, and former curator of the Colorado Springs Museum of History. Can you believe it? I really fixed up that museum. Before me, just a bunch of dirty old trash we had to go look at 5 times a year in school. I brought the place into the 22nd century, scavenged some old robot parts to rebuild the animatronics, remade all the replicas from scratch, cleaned all the blood off the scar collector weapons. Good stuff. Officially, because of the Dorsey raid. But I think they didn't like the questions I was asking about the Patriarch's history while I was renovating the exhibits. I mean, why else would they tell me they'll be hiring a new curator? What's that got to do with the raid? I don't even know. I sent Diligent Joe, the Patriarch's private secretary, a list of questions about the Dorsey family and the routing of the Plains gangs. Just trying to clear up a few weird discrepancies, you know? Well, he doesn't get back to me, and then the raid happens, and I'm out on my ass with no explanation. That's weird, right? Heck yeah, I am! It was a real sight to behold before they shut it down. Animatronic exhibits portraying our great history, true relics of our struggle to survive, displayed for all to see, authentic handmade replicas of lost treasures. Just some real A-plus quality work, if I do say so myself. Oh yeah? What'd you think? Right? Thank you. Nice to be appreciated. I mean, I didn't do it for the praise, but if you want to keep on, I'm way into that. That's rad! Heck yes! Thank you! You won't regret this. You're over at the old airbase, right? I've read all about that place. I'll see you back at your HQ.
Is it just me, or are the marshals cracking down on folks harder than before the Dorseys attacked?
Ixnay, I'm the Arshal's man.
They've been real assholes. I mean, they threw my brother up against the wall just for spitting on the ground.
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
Martha, it's our friends who helped us save the shop. What can I do for you? We've got some discounts with your name on them. Hardly a crossword between us. Been making clothes and adornments for the 100 families for 30 years. Most of them won't buy from anybody else. Of course, we sell to regular folks, too. Plenty of less expensive items in stock. Repurposed or restored garments, mostly.
Did you just give me a hickey?
Dozens killed by Dorsey thugs!
This is Corporal Gonzalez at Ranger Command. Who am I speaking with?
This is Rosie Wong at the Sands Lux Apartments. The tap water's brown again.
That's not really our department, Miss Wong. Can I,
Then you go arrest whose department it is. I'm trying to run a business here. My tenants have a right to clean water.
Ew, Troy. Those old people are looking at us?
It's okay, Brandy. I got this. Get lost, you perv douchebags. Before I... Wait a minute. You're old, right? Can you get us some beers? Stupid Mary Milkteeth won't sell us any. Too young, she says. Holy shit. Can you be any more lame?
Just, ew.
Ew. Light? Guess it's got alcohol, so whatever. Thanks.
Oh, yay! Light is my absolute fave.
Get your Colorado Patriot here, hot off the press. Hey, you're the Rangers. Well, first time we met, I didn't know you were in town. Heard all about you now. Well, it's the only safe place we've got. Vegas is gone. The robots saw to that. Refugees say the East is dying too. Might still be a couple nations out there, Motor City Combine and Buckeye Republic, but they were at war last we heard. Colorado's the only safe place left, and we have the Patriarch to thank. That makes this town the best place in the world, near as I can tell, even if it isn't perfect. You bet.
By order of the Patriarch, only authorized personnel are to pass this gate. An invitation from the head of a family or authorization from the Patriarch. Until you have that, the gate stays closed. The attack on the city has everyone nervous. Until that's all settled down, Patriarch's orders are in effect. Authorized business only. Broadmoor Heights and the Patriarch's Palace. Good day.
Either of you ever worry about getting hitched to a pillory?
Rangers, what brings you here? Indeed.
I think we should pull some marshals from Broadmoor, put them here in downtown. If an enemy gets all the way to Broadmoor, we've got big problems.
But then, who'd make the precious 100 families feel all warm and snug?
Yeah, they'd never let that happen.
What can I do for you, Rangers? Thanks. If you've got any feedback, be sure to fill out a form.
I like your style, Rangers. I asked for a favor and you came through for me. Of course, I'd have liked it better if you sent Isaac Reed and his traitor friends to me, rather than locking them up in Ranger HQ. Seems to me that if somebody commits a crime in Colorado Springs, they should face Colorado Springs justice. And I sure would appreciate it if you keep that in mind for the future. Glad to hear that. I think we'll get along fine. Now, before I forget, let me introduce you to Hope Emerson. She heard all about you coming to town and she wants to join up. Ain't that right, Hope?
Pleasure's mine, Rangers. Ran the lockup in a little town called Amity on Colorado's eastern border. Figured I could do the same thing for you at your HQ, assuming you'll be arresting people now and then.
Amity got flattened by the scar collectors a while back, so Hope came west. Been trying to get her to join the marshals ever since, but she keeps turning me down flat. We have some differences when it comes to crime and punishment. But that aside, she's smart, honorable, and should be an asset to your organization.
No problem. I'll be here.
So, back to business. Did you find out how the Dorseys got into town? Well, since you already dealt with Isaac, let's concentrate on Brago. I'll never understand why the Patriarch let that rat set up shop here. Been nothing but trouble, so him making a deal with the Dorseys doesn't surprise me in the least. In fact, I had a hunch he might be involved, so I sent my best man over to his nightclub, the Little Vegas, to search for a connection. Haven't heard back from him, though, and I'm a little worried. Say, what if I asked you Rangers to go to Little Vegas and check up on him? And if you happen to find proof that Brago helped the Dorseys while you're there, well, feel free to cuff the bastard and haul him in. Take down Brago for me, and I'll make sure your HQ gets the best-equipped armory this side of the Rockies. Guns, ammo, armor, the whole shebang. The marshal I sent to the Little Vegas is named Delgado. Family man and the best inspector I've got. Keep him safe and I'll owe you another favor. Always a pleasure, Rangers.
Thanks for talking to me, Rangers. And I'm grateful to Daisy for the introduction. I hope I can be of some use to you. Are you looking for someone to run your brig? Certainly. What do you want to know? No. And the people who do are usually sickos who get off on bossing around convicts and making them squirm, right? Well, that's not me. I promise you. I became a jailer after getting locked up myself when I was a kid and seeing the job done wrong. We expect the law to be fair, from arrest to trial to sentence, but too many people forget that incarceration is part of the process. A big part, and often the least fair. People in jail are there to learn from their mistakes. In a bad jail, all they learn is to mistrust the law and fear their fellow man. I want to make your jail a good jail where everyone is treated fairly, regardless of their crime, and everyone has a chance to improve themselves. It's not there anymore. Scar collectors rolled through and took everybody they could catch for slaves. Then they burned the place to the ground. I led a caravan of survivors to Colorado Springs, and I've been here ever since. I respect Daisy's determination to keep Colorado Springs safe, but I don't agree with her methods. They're too savage. Take the pillories, for example. The marshals shackle prisoners into them for the smallest of crimes and leave them exposed to the cold for hours. They lose fingers, and noses, and ears to frostbite, if they survive at all. What does that accomplish? Other than cripple them and mark them as criminals for life. After that, how can they become good citizens? How are they to believe that the law is fair? It turns my stomach. Daisy tells me you've been tireless fighters for justice in Arizona, settling disputes, breaking up gangs and militias, putting down a plague of robots, and that you're here in Colorado for the most noble of reasons, to save your people back home after a terrible disaster. I hope she wasn't blowing smoke, because she made you sound just like the sort of heroes I want to work for. Great. So what do you think? Can I join you? Thank you. I'll be there as soon as I make my goodbyes here. Looking forward to working with you.
Got any good news, Rangers? I sure could use some. What's on your mind? That's good old-fashioned Colorado justice. We slap lawbreakers into the pillories, strip 'em down, and let the cold do its work. You can't go easy on traitors and criminals, not in a place like this. Not with the Wasteland right outside the walls. Only thing keeping us civilized is the law, and folks need to see what happens to people who break it. Best damn outfit in the city. We're independent and tough as hell. Only person we answer to is the Patriarch. No offense to the 100 families, but they're not welcome in the marshals. My boys and girls are ordinary folks who had to struggle for what they've got. That's the way I like it. Oh, I've been here a long time, Rangers. Started out as the Patriarch's bodyguard about 30 years ago, and he liked my style. Guess I was a cute young thing back then. After I helped him whoop the Plains gangs, he put me in charge of the marshals. Been doing the job ever since. Never gave him cause to complain. I keep things nice and peaceful around here. All right. What have you got for me? Roger that.
Hey, are you around here too?
Yeah, I was just finishing up training when the Dorseys came through. Didn't even know what to do.
Yeah, they just yanked me off the street, put a badge on my chest and a gun in my hand. They said I'd train on the job.
They must be desperate for bodies. No offense.
None taken. You ever, shot anyone before?
Just Wolverines around my pa's house. Oh, and a loony security robot one time.
I saw my ma put down a raider when I was little. On our way to Colorado Springs. Before we were citizens.
Oh, you're not native-born. I wouldn't say that in front of the families.
Extra, extra, bloody shootout in Garden of...
You have to get someone here and stop this thumping. Well, it's not so much a thumping as a throbbing. Kind of like a rah, rah. Oh, no, actually, it's more like a rah, rah.
Ms. Wong, I have another call. If you can just hang on.
Hello? Hello? There's something wrong with my cat's poop.
Hello, Ms. Wong. Good to hear your voice.
Yeah? This is the Sans Lux Apartments? Who's there? Fucking kids. A man followed me home today. I'm sure of it.
Yes, Miss Wong. Do you have a description?
Description? I can give you his name. It's Mr. Powell in apartment 21. Someone stole 2 of my cats. I'm little fluffkins. You gave Mommy a scare. Yes, you did.
Goodbye, Miss Wong.